1. Simply the best.
New Englandville Studios, good morning and welcome to the program Good Morning Salone, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Today, na Tuesday, April 16th, 2019. Where they bring the program come to you this Tuesday morning, Mina Khadija Bangora.
And Mina Sabtu Kalon, good morning. Inside the program this morning, as the All People's Congress and the National Grand Coalition don't say, they not go take part from the by-election now Ward 257, Nakoya Chiefdom inside Potloko District, the National Electoral Commission say they go carry on with the election. The mama for one 11-year-old girl Pekin Yvette Clay don't call on authority them for give and justice for MPQ he alleged say 120-year-old man rape na red pump na Freetown. And today inside the program, the head of research and innovation and statistics salon, Sonny Abubakar Jabi, will talk about the multiple indication cluster survey where the NG poll na do.
Well, this and plenty other story them they na the program for you this Tuesday morning. Plus the Board of Commissioner na NATCOM, Robert Kondem Akago, will talk about the cross implementation of ECOWAS regulation on roaming, and work about safe day inside the program for you this Tuesday morning. Remember, say they listen to we live on www.kgdemocracy.sl, courtesy of Osiwa and powered by Official. The program na Good Morning Salone. You can say we also send we message on 077 981 981. 077 981 981 na the number for send you message, or if you watch we on Facebook broadcast, you can say we also drop your comment on the issues them where we discuss inside the program this morning.
Well, inside the program Good Morning Salone, we look at the first issue. As way for Pekin, they will not get mama and papa again. This make the founder and executive director for Christian Faith Orphanage Home, Reverend Marie Ansane, don't call on government through the Ministry of Social Welfare, Gender and Children's Affairs for support with team for it and bid for the orphanage Pekin them. Honorable Reverend Marie Ansane talk this with the local government minister, Anthony Briwa, go give food and copper to this home for make them go take care of them PKR. You know, Kabia be the part of this and go now report.
Voice of Pekin them, waiting at the Christian Faith Orphanage Home and School. May they welcome the special executive assistants to the Minister of Local Government, Boakai Bindi Indolo, na the home and school. For over 24 years now, the Christian Faith Orphanage Home don't they operate na different parts than the country. Outside they don't they take care of Pekin them. When not gets mama and papa them na different parts them na the country. As part of a mandate for give back to this orphanage home, the Minister of Local Government, Anthony Briwa, don't go give food and copper to this orphanage home for help take care of them Pekin they are. But how this orphanage home don't they operate na the country? Honorable Reverend Marie Ansanek, na the founder and executive director for the Christian Faith Orphanage Home.
I get 60 people. Get 40 girls and 20 boys. Not to how I can take them, you know, now the one they way. Even right now, what can I don't be. I don't get 10 way and say their mama and papa then that door in their mud sliding. I don't take them back. For the one they have been getting under Nakiyama Road, I don't bring the all can I back. Then the other one they all have been getting the old one, then I then some of them we teach at the school, and some of them don't fortunate for get scholarship for go abroad. Thank God. Tell go come again with Pakaba. I ain't been there. Put better they help me.
Honorable Reverend Marie Ansaneka Yon say, in glad with the support where the minister can give them, but say this not the first time where the minister don't they support this orphanage home.
I feel so blessed and proud because not to person one grateful. From where I begin this orphanage, now I go meet her. I say let be solicitor because I don't get money for the pay lawyer there. And I mean big sister then go school and I afford. I know they pay and nothing. Sometimes I go now they give me something. See how them picking there. If they give me, I buy for their go. So prayer changes situation. We say what they pray for her. The picking they pray, the matrons and the board of directors then they pray anything we give I buy. I say now Mr. Brew I give you this so they tell you they don't support and they in chambers them in there. So they go there. Any thing happen I say yes. Then what they seize advantage from land then if they talk for we, if they fight for we. You know they pay and can't give food stuff. Give rest, give Yabaso na onions, maggi, beaucoup oil.
Honorable Yansane continue for talk about the challenge them where this home down the face over the year.
Feeding na the problem. The challenge is the feeding more and the bedding. Yes, because the host na me picking them bill not to go maintain ourselves will not get with a version later. And will not get with that package for where they say the school forget. Will not get antenna of the school. And I the oldest orphanage. Now government assisted school. Now me they do everything. Now me they pay teachers there. Akaba in 10 we want go now. I help for make them pay me teachers there. Now people and they go and draw like orphanages there. Ebola orphanage, this orphanage. From no moment then get people then at the social welfare for make them help them. We will need help. When all orphanage during the war suffer with them picking I go to bigger na people country. Funny even the subvention we can the last minister they will be there. They are not give the orphanage not to further than the orphanage they will then go create new orphanage and then give subvention. School feeding program. I get the school, say junior secondary. They're not giving nothing. Then they do partiality. And they waka. They take social welfare, they not give.
One of the directors of the orphanage, Honorable Maria Ansane, and we meet with minister after we be seen at television, where we go do donation about school for the blind and the school for the deaf and dumb. And this orphanage here, the boss na lawyer. He be done to represent this orphanage for over 20 years. The setup of this orphanage and everything, my boss been done involved in that. We chamber 9 we don't represent this orphanage. So after we done they be done see no say me minister na person we elect small picking them, elect for do charity, both Muslim and Christians they help them. So we Honorable Yansane be meet with me and minister be discuss and we say we go do donations to the Christian faith orphanage and that we do. When I see assorted ranging from rice, oil, maggi, and some plazas money, and the minister donates. I tell His Excellency the President, thank you for where I put minister, and I also say let them pray for him. The more way God go provide for him, and I feel say na possible way go extend. So until not to even just here no more, because you know they do in other places them, and go continue for them.
That now the voice of the special executive assistant to the Minister of Local Government and Rural Development, Bakai Bindi Indolo, been they talk about it in them where the minister go get to this home. Honorable Reverend Maria Ansanek end up call on government and Soyat organization them for give support to this orphanage home and self-help the school. As he say, now in one they run this orphanage home and school for the past 24 years now. For Radio Democracy, Yeno Kabia the report.
The program na Good Morning Salone, they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. Well, as you hear from, we headline them today at the program. We get the head of research and innovation at Statistics Salone, Sonia Bubuake Jabi. We go talk about the multiple indicator cluster survey where then just pull na do. Well, Statistics Salone and them partner them been do the 6th round of the multiple cluster survey where they can call mix 6. This survey been cover woman them, man and self picking them. And this survey they give information to government for get data and self get access to the sustainable development goals. Then do this last mix 6 survey inside 2017 and Statistics Salone and them partner them don't put together the report but some party with them fair not during this survey. When at the studio for can tell we waiting there inside this report and some of the information them we don't able to gather for government. I want for welcome once more Sonia Magba Bubuake Jabi, when I head of research and innovation na Statistics Salone. Good morning, Mr. Bubuake.
Good morning.
All right, and so we get about Condem Akago in a board of commissioner na NATCOM. This being a member states them na the ECOWAS region been take one policy for get a regulation on roaming. Women say ECOWAS member states them for begin use one mobile network. For second this inside February this year, member states them they adopt this roaming regulation. Well, for Salone, how Salone go adopt this policy and how they go make sure say Salone be part of the ECOWAS member states them will go begin use this one mobile network. We get to about Konde Makabo from NATCOM. We go can explain. Good morning, Mr. Kabo, and welcome to the program.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right, continue for day with we. Last start with you, Mr. Bubuake Jabi from Statistics Salone. Not mix 6, not a new survey again where statistics don't they do for long term now. And the last one I wanna do now inside 2017. Before we can talk about the things that were there inside this particular report, take we through the method them wey statistics salon can normally use for conduct this mix 6 survey.
Okay, so first of all, the mix surveys a international set of surveys where UNICEF inspire, where they look at the situation of women, children, and men. Now the countries them where they actually participate in this survey. Over 100 countries they participate in this survey globally, of which Salone are one. This is now the 6th round of the surveys where we do in 2017, and we've been actually launched this report in August 2018 with the Vice President been launch la Miata Conference Hall. Now what will they do? We disseminate the information, so we will reach down to, we fumble them, making them understand some of them results them. As this survey, now the first survey, we actually they capture the indicators where they serve as baseline for monitoring the Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs. So this survey will be done in 2017. We've been starting April. We do the training, May, then go to field. We done the survey by August, the field work. After that, we begin analyze the data, and by August, we're able to launch the reports globally. So this survey, we've been used 7 sets of questionnaires. We've been getting household questionnaire, the questionnaire for women them, where they between 15 and 49 years of age. A questionnaire for men, where also they between 15 and 49 years of age. A questionnaire for children under 5 years of age. A questionnaire for children, picking them, where they between 5 and 17 years of age. We've been test the quality of water. We've been getting a questionnaire for that, and actually do field lab tests for test the quality of drinking water in households. And we'll be also do a questionnaire we get where they talk about verbal autopsy. This they look at them picking them where they die before they reach 5 years of age, and the cause of death. Where you don't go able to do a physical autopsy, like carry on a lab, then test and determine the cause of death. So this verbal autopsy, we ask the mama them of them picking them we die, or the caretaker of them picking them we die, how them picking them in day around the time of death, the symptoms with them with the show, etc. So now that one day we investigate using a questionnaire we based on the WHO verbal autopsy questionnaire for determining the cause of death for the under 5 picking there.
Some of the objective them of this particular survey way una do, it gets for do with different thing them for know the status of picking them, woman them, man them na the country. And according to you, una been provide 7 questionnaires. From then 7 questionnaires there will una been provide. What's not the common thing them una fair not say the range between the man them, the woman them, the picking them.
Okay, so I'll start with the water situation, because this is very critical and we people have need for begin to understand. As I mentioned earlier, we say we've been do some field lab tests of the quality of drinking water in households, and within that test they look for inside the water now the presence of one bacteria we then call E. coli. Now E. coli now something where you define inside fecal matter, feces. So if E. coli present inside the water where we test, that means that water contaminated with fecal matter. And this survey tell we say 97% of households then they drink water we get this E. coli, this fecal matter inside this water. So that means 97% of all households they drink contaminated water. And we know say water can carry plenty disease apart from that. Cholera, remember the cholera outbreak in 2012. So if we fumble them, actually, you know, say that they drink contaminated water, we get fecal matter inside this water, then go able for take measures now for try and improve or drink water or even boil the water where then they drink before they drink them.
Okay, looking at the 7 category of different questionnaire where una get to people normally we other organization they can do survey, maybe not just questionnaire people can receive as a household. How well then people will be understanding, especially the category of picking them for tell una waiting on they look for?
Well, the questionnaire them way the deal with the picking them, you know, you cannot interview an under 5 child. So now either the mama or the caretaker of that picking them, now you the interview and ask the questions about the picking. Even picking 5 to 17 years, now the mother or caretaker you go interview. Although in that category of picking them, we been actually test them literacy skills, how for read, and numeracy skills, how they understand simple mathematical principles them. So that the parents them, or the mothers or caretakers of them picking them, and then we actually interview in relation to the questionnaire, then we deal with picking them.
Apart from what we be come out, what you think is be key priority something we wanna be look at in this survey?
I go give una another indicator we been come out in relation to education. And this then call them school net attendance rate adjusted. Okay, this is not a big term. So what do we mean by this? I'll give an example. Now we know, say, for instance, primary school picking them, they of particular age. We can normally say 6 to 11 or 6 to 12 years, not so? So this indicator they look at of the picking them where they of primary school age, how many of them actually attend primary school? So this 9 are the school net attendance rate adjusted for primary. And using this example, we find out, say, out of every 100 picking them where they of primary school age, 82 of them, they actually attend primary school. That's 82% of picking them of primary school age actually then at primary school. Now, when we go to junior secondary school, of them picking in with day of junior secondary school age, out of every 100 of them, now 36 they attend junior secondary school. So out of every 100, 36 they attend junior secondary school. So who side the balance 64 out of the 100 day, 64%? Who side then they? Where are they going? Remember, this is at 2017. Now, for senior secondary school, out of every 100 picking them of senior secondary school going age, now only 29 they attend senior secondary school. Who side the 71% of them picking them? Who side in they? So this they actually tell we the attendance of picking them na school as at 2017, and they show we say why even this government, the current government, introduced free quality education for try for improve the attendance rate of picking them.
Apart from the issues around education, access to good medical care na a challenge na Salone. Most people know that day. What are the statistics from this survey we wanna do in terms of accessing good medical?
Well, I will get some indicators on medical care, and I will give una one. At least we'll discuss one of them. Okay, so I will discuss briefly like the nutritional status of children. Okay, where they tell we say we're picking them. Now, 4 things that we will discuss on this one: stunting, wasting, overweight, and underweight. Now, what do we mean by stunting? This they refer to picking them way too short for their age. Okay, and this survey they tell we say, and what they cause this now chronic malnutrition. Okay. All right. So this survey they tell we say, of we under 5 picking them, out of every 100, 26 of them stunted. The other one we will discuss briefly now, wasting, and this they tell we about picking them way too thin for their height. Okay, again this gets several issues where they cause that chronic malnutrition, where picking them not gets the right quality of food where they forget. And this one they tell we say out of every 100 under 5 picking them, 5 of them wasted. We get another condition where we look at where they relate to the health of picking them way overweight. And then one in overweight here, it means say the picking them too heavy for their height.
Okay.
And this tell we say out of every 100 under 5 picking them, 4 of them overweight. And we know the health implications of picking them where they be overweight. It can lead to diabetes and other issues. Now the other one, na underweight. That na picking them where then too light for their height, too thin and too light for their height. So out of every 100 under 5 picking them, 12 of them they underweight.
All
okay.
Right. Continue for the week to the program, Sonia Magba Bubwa Kejabi, Head of Research and Innovation and Statistics Salone. We they look at the multiple cluster survey, where they can call Mix 6, where Statistics Salone, and then partner them put together. Well, we they come back to you and we they can look at more areas them where this particular survey cover. They can also other studio guests, when I one party commissioner them, na NATCOM, Robert Kondema Kagbo, where they can talk about the ECOWAS roaming regulation where member states them now the ECOWAS region been put together this BNTM, and inside February this year them been decide for adopt this particular roaming regulation. Good morning one more time, Robert.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right. Before we can look at the roaming regulation, we state them that the ECOWAS region don't adopt, say, they all for begin use one mobile network. Quickly, for the benefit of the listeners that out there, you can just tell people how this particular regulation come about.
Well, thank you very much. This particular regulation they been launched in 2017, where in bilateral, multilateral meeting be done the whole from the past administrations, and 2018 currently, 2018 last year, and then they do an adoption plan for see how them for implement the ECOWAS roaming network. Mind you, since the inception, the launch of that project, there are a series of lot of bottleneck in terms of the implementation process. So where in other countries they don't go far ahead in terms of their implementation, especially in developing their tariff ceilings and then see how best and able to can domesticate them. But that notwithstanding, the current administration then posed for change that narrative then, and then we don't make a commitment for ensure say how we for address some of the TND, because the fact that since the team we done launch 2017, they have a lot of stumble block challenges in terms of implementation at that domesticated at that local level. So we the current administration now, including the management team and the Ministry of Information. And the fact say we don't make a commitment and pledge to government, to the ECOWAS region, for ensure say we really want for see how we can domesticate it at our local level. That is why the management team, the board, and the whole series of meeting with the API team, Guinea and Liberia, and see how best we come together and see how for domesticate them. Because virtually 1/4 of the member states don't do their own presentation, while remain about 6 countries that we're able to do their tariff ceilings. We at least we need to get an agreed ceiling price. We give for reflect to the 50-member country state. One of the meetings where I think we agree based on the adoption plan for the first 200-minute call for treated at local call. So after which then the operator will got them. So by and large, I think for now we are making progress, despite the fact that since the team they don't launch them, there was no political will, and then now we look at say the narrative then the change, and then come out May in June, we the kind of force to implement that. That is why we the kind of say how we engage the mobile operators and see how we go count. We say a one price we're able to submit that to the ECOWAS, because like the other country member states like Benin, Burkina Faso, Kevao, Gambia, Nigeria, Senegal, Togo, they all don't do their own submission of ceiling when I agree price. So we all for come back at our local level as a country, how we can move. And I believe saying the one ECOWAS network go able for boost the economy, go able for ensure say communication very easy, that's part of the priority of this current administration, and the fact we want to put communication at the most priority, because when communication day, I think able for boost the economy, able make people live a comfortable life in society.
Okay, looking at some of them policy or treaties here, Salone can sign to the implementation, they can go make commitment, yes, but when they come back for implement them can be a problem. For not commodity in charge of all mobile regulation, how well una don't prepare, una not see una make such commitment. At the end of the day, una not able to in line with other ECOWAS region there for let all the country then get one network.
Well, first of all, like I say, this current administration, we are committed, and that is why the president put a trusted team We talk about the board, the chairman, and the director generals and the minister himself. We are so passionate. Like I say, the minister is so passionate about this thing, despite the fact that Sierra Leone go part of treaty. But this is very key, because I believe if we get one network communication, that will enhance the sustainability aspect in terms of the economy, and not only we, because we are part of that treaty. So Sierra Leone will be an exception to that. So we all for the part of the process. The other countries that also submit the ceiling, we all get target deadline, we all for do the actual ceiling. How will you go to that? Mark you, like I'd say, for in short, say we are committed. That is why the management team last week don't go to Guinea with all the engagement with Guinea and Liberia, and see how we work out an agreed price. And then by the mid of 30th of June, we will do that submission to the ECOWAS Commission.
Among the consultation meeting there, where una they all with other member states them, somebody go say yes for the ECOWAS member states them get one mobile network where they all they use on the roaming regulation. Now good idea, but the cost implication then country they has to get their own different currency them. How una go able work together as member states them for merge the currency them so that the user them not go to run at loss?
Well, first of all, like I say, based on the previous meetings, we said the first 300 minutes come for a local call. Now, what we do at local level, we're not able to domesticate it. Now, that's why we use the platform now, based on the meeting they would all. So we come and see how we can popularize something. We only agree on one specific price. That price they reflected with all the 15 member states. Not say that they count your ceiling, that they count to say all man they count. After which all they can sit down, then get at that highest level, the ministerial level, we don't only sit down agree on the specific price who they reflect to the 15 member states there.
How una get for Duam? Is it that the member states them they introduce a new mobile operator, or the previous one them we don't they exist already in the country them? Because for example, Orange, you're gonna order ECOWAS country, hence you put you roaming on in the roam. So now the network here now they continue for use.
Of course, at the same network. Like you go to Nigeria, you get Glo, you get MTN, you get even like if you go to Ghana, you get even Orange, you go to Kenya, you also even get Airtel, right? The roaming go flex. But one thing I have to say, Khadija, now the fact we as commissions, we get with specific mandate and see how we for ensure so we're able to transform the telecom industry. Mark you, the ECOWAS network not go for will benefit the entire population of the country, not only for saying that we own passion and interest. Once we get one network, that will bring communication will be easy for everybody. If you go to Ghana, I go out for call. Look like for instance, when we go to the meeting to ECOWAS, I use me Airtel for call. It burn a lot of money, but for how long I agree price, any part of the ECOWAS sub-region I travel, it go very easy and simple for you. Communication very simple for you, talk very simple for you, and also that notwithstanding, despite the fact that we are making progress at that ECOWAS level, we as a commission also they see how best we for domestic local roaming, like we they use from one network mobile company to the other network. Let's say if I call from the same network, how the rates for be very simple. The same thing for apply back away, I call the other network for very simple. But gradually, like I say, we are making progress because, like I say, now we get the political will in terms of how we for address some of the problems within the telecom industry. Mark you, we get 15 member states. Then don't decide for domesticator. This thing don't start from 2017. But to block neck be day. Now 2018 I take an adoption plan. How them for come for address some of them things. Of recent we don't go get a meeting where all the member states don't present their ceiling. But we as a country not able meet to our own ceiling. So what we are going to do now, despite the fact we will also make that commitment and government will make commitment and ensure see how for change the narrative. We come back, engage the mobile operators, and we all can get an agreed price. But that go for do between both Guinea, Liberia, and Sierra Leone. We all can count price. We submit at that ECOWAS level. After which we go at that ECOWAS level so that we all will do a submission and we agree at one ceiling.
Okay.
We look for reflect to the 15-member ECOWAS state.
Continue for the with inside the program about Conde Makabo, one of the commissioner them na NATCOM, and therefore talk about a commitment and treaties with Salone on side to also all ECOWAS states and for begin use one network. The program na Good Morning Salone, and now we go for a quick break.
Family them, Salone Commercial Bank don't do one again. For we and una will not get account yet. They don't come with brand new things them, like neon SLCD kiosks them, where they all over the country. Also, they get mobile tellers them, we will meet you any side and do your banking. Salone Commercial Bank, Nami Bank, sure, now you bank oh.
get me on student account. We get me on current account. We get me on savings account. For them market to man them. For them keke riders, Okada riders, and them fishmongers, disabled people them. Any day for them petty traders. Salone Commercial Bank. Now we bank. Sure. Now we bank.
Salone Commercial Bank for all man, including the professionals.
You are an innovator. We want bring change. You get passion and zeal for do something. Anytime you there, we dey look for you because you time don't come.
Salone Cable Limited believe the strength where technology and innovation get for make business and economy grow and tin up stronger one for developments where go come with money. And Salcap they launch for the first time, then Tech Startup Challenge. For you who want be part of this program, now for send you business idea and tin them what you sabi make. For tap the problem them inside book learning, well body business, agriculture and energy. Send your application to startup@salcap.sl and member say April 30 now the deadline for all application. For no more, call 079 923 524. Salcap, connecting innovators to endless opportunities.
The program is still listening at Good Morning Salone. They come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy, 98.1 FM. The time from our studio clock now 2 minutes past the hour 8 o'clock, and we will bring the program come to you this Tuesday morning. Mina Khadija Bangora
and Mina Sapti Kalon.
We continue with the program, and now they take one per way other headlines to read them. Inside 2012, Parliament been agreed for the Sexual Offences Act, when a law for tap man them not for the sexually harass, violate, or rape woman them. But by all then lawyer, this BNTM statistics don't they show say the number of rape cases them don't they go up. This BNTM, one 11-year-old girl picking a red pump alleged say 120-year-old man, Usman Toure, be rape him inside in papa and mama den room. We make the mama for this 11-year-old girl picking Yvette Clay don't call on the government for game justice na this case. Theodore Arena gets more and he go now report.
This BNTM, the President Julius Maada Bio been declared state of emergency because of the way how rape done plenty in the country. Usai one pandemic strategy there now for increase the sentence of people them where the court can fair not say involved pan rape business. But from that same day, the rape issue still they increase in the country according to the statistics them way Rainbow Initiative they give. 120-year-old man Usman Toure been raped one 11-year-old girl picking a red pump.
For the when I send Israel go buy bread for her. So don't send Israel for go buy bread for her. Now call me and I lock the door out. I go the door with me. And blood come up on me. I'm private.
As you hear, now the 11-year-old girl picking be the talk. But waiting be happen the time where this boy be the do mommy and daddy business with him. According to this 11-year-old girl picking, this don't create stigma na in life. Usai is say, in company na house and school, they provoke and say it don't turn mama.
I need to go school now because the party they provoke me. Back the neighbor they provoke me for sit me exam. If I'm able for sit me exam. They say me na married woman.
Yvette Clay, na the mama for this 11-year-old girl picking. He explained but waiting in nobody's rape case.
I would pass small alala, meant to not get peace, not in peace. I did to me born among them, now he called me. Now he say that he say come on. He say I catch Usman, me picking. He say if you didn't also say happy, you know they tell me, now say me no. I say I go no, I say months and I don't go work. I go 7 o'clock, I come 5 o'clock, where I come, if I get money, I buy, I can't cook, don't cook, don't tell the door for cook, I don't tire. Now for sleep. I got no money back, I do me work, I say but say, then go school, myself go work. I say I myself go no, I say no go no nothing. That's when I so happy no, Usman don't stand about the picking. We can say if you go meet you picking clothes and I go, I do. That's not so for behave. I say only bobo, we don't catch bobo, all I say evidence. I say the all say I come meet, I go and meet bobo. Later, when I see Moboka, now I say, I say, Usman, now you do this to me, picking. Now I say, in order intentionally. Now Usman, who's that word to me? Me say, if now Bokuli Bobo, I go to us 20 people. I go to 20 people there. Ode panande, the man sides are lapa. Now all good. Now I say, Samoa, I say, this thing happen. I say, what you go do as Papa? I say, no get nothing for say. Not so say for say. I say, for talking as Papa. I say, no talking, no get nothing for say. Till I make me play, but not me, I need to answer you. I say, I go to Usman and people there. I go talk to them. So I go now say, now this one picking don't do to me. So the people that try for talk to me, say they are in the big. Now I say, this not a big deal. Matter of big. Say this not a family stock. And the announcer I do say this rape case not fine for the rape picking. Say the announcer every day I do. Not for someone I you now take this for cover or let go buff. Say na line.
Yvette Clay continues say they may report this matter at the Congo Cross police station, but say in order see say the police they ready for charge this matter na courts.
I call it the man. I explain and I go for talk. Say the person will be to say for look the documents, the picture for no for figure the way we want. I say up to now no carry it. Now I say but I say who say it go come. I say because not way be to say don't know it. 1 month take cancel. I say up to now when I say me say like I go sit down look at it. When they send the picture for me, I go ask them I can't answer. But right now up to now nothing. And then you no information and you call me no nothing. I want let the government like taking course. May help me because it's me one no more they fight with me no more for fight this case here. Nobody else. And the go back to go and make boast. I want let them help me. Because this case, the boy go and make both for me. Say I'm not to Indua, not to Instata. Then the picking back and make the beginning go school. It is shame. Also, the way go they call him big woman, say I'm married woman. The boy they provoke her.
For sake of all the allegation here where this mama for this 11-year-old girl picking Yvette Clay be make. This be make I been gone at the Congo Cross police station. Also, Detective Assistant Superintendent of Police, Betty Johnson Williams, we not agree for take interview about this matter, but been confirmed to me say they don't take the file to the Director of Public Prosecution for make ego advice on the case. For Radio Democracy, Mina Theodora Rena the report.
We will continue with the program Good Morning Salone, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. We still get with studio guests them with winner the studio Sonia Magba Bubwa Kejabi from Statistics Salone, where they look at the multiple cluster survey, the round 6, the mix 6, where they talk on different area. Then with Statistics Salone, they do survey as well for letting go connect some of them data there so to the SDGs. Mr. Bubwake, before we go earlier for the material, you would explain the area of accessing good medical facility, and you talk about the malnutrition of picking them. Now let me look at the child mortality rate, where statistics don't show we say it is on the increase na salon. This survey una do and the questionnaire them wanna spread out to comra them. What's in be the rate of the child mortality?
Okay, so one area where we provide statistics on child mortality, and we provide statistics on the 5 mortality rates, infant mortality rates, neonatal mortality rates, and 2 of them mortality rates them are part of the Sustainable Development Goals we will get for the monitor between now and 2030. And then mortality rates here now, neonatal mortality rate and under 5 mortality rate. So what do we mean by under 5 mortality rate? Make I explain small, give the figures and see the relationship between waiting in a salon and waiting we get for try for achieve for the SDGs by 2030. Now, under 5 mortality rate, the tell we say out of every 1,000 picking them we born alive, the number where they die before they reach their 5th birthday, that is before they reach the age of 5 years, the number where they die out of the 1,000 we born alive, 9 are under 5 mortality rates. And how we can calculate them from the surveys, we'll be able to get this information up to 15 years prior to the survey. So for this under 5 mortality rate, 15 years prior to the time where we do this survey, out of every 1,000 picking and will be the born alive, 123 be the die before they reach their 5th birthday. Within 10 years prior to the survey, out of every 1,000 picking them will be the born alive, 114 be the die before they reach their 5th birthday. At the time where we do the survey, out of every 1,000 picking them will be the born alive, 94 be the die before they reach the age of 5. So this detail we say from that 15 years there prior to the survey, it came down from 123 to 114 to 94. The SDG in detail we say now say we for try for reduce this under 5 mortality rate to out to 25 picking away they die before they reach the age of 5 years out of every 1,000 will be born alive. But if we see say we don't move from 123 to 94 within 15 years prior to the survey, and this one now, this 94 now like a baseline value for under 5 mortality for SDG, we need for ask ourselves if we can able to reduce this under 5 mortality rate to at least 25 deaths.
So Salone they make progress?
Salone they make progress.
Okay.
But the rate of progress now we need for improve on that. It take we 15 years for move from 123 to 94 deaths.
Okay, looking at the figure percentage, how it go up, it is say more need to be done. When are some of the reasons they want to not say this stage will increase later a candle and everything? When are some of the factors they more reason we want to not?
Well, actually, it has decreased. Okay.
Okay.
But for make Salone meet the SDG target for under 5 mortality, we need for make the mortality rate for them picking them before they reach the age of 5 years for Kandong to at least 25 out of every 1,000 people will be born alive.
Possible means there for that?
Well, we need to get a lot of interventions. Yeah? Some of these figures, the tell we health policy makers say a lot needs to be done to enhance the health of children. You remember, I talked about the malnutrition of picking them. We get for improve their nutritional status. We get for ensure say they get proper health care. We get for able to provide for them the appropriate vaccines and medication, and make with people get the understanding say we don't begin and seek for care and go hospital in a timely manner. But the question here is, based on the past rates of decline, can we achieve this by 2030? That is 25 deaths out of 1,000 live births before the picking and reach 5 years. That's now one question.
Not today, don't begin for a such kind figure them from statistics on the Punado, and this kind survey not so today on the do achieving the SDGs by 2030. From waiting you don't explain at the report. It means Salone as a country we need for do more. But most time after the reports they are so on a publisher and policy maker them not can do too much for ensure say some of the things that the recommendation them inside the reports they implement statistics Salone how now will continue for engage them for make sure say Salone able for achieve the SDGs by 2030.
Well, we own function at Statistics Sierra Leone where we don't rebrand as Stats SL now for provide statistics, the data, the information to the general public, policy decision makers like policy makers, and we did now help for disseminate this information, for educate the populace on these statistics, and work together with the general, the decision makers and the general public for guide the country on how we for move for able for achieve some of them target there. Then target there the SDGs mainly now for improve the condition of life generally for we all. But then gets them specific like this indicator where I just talked about just now, where they guide you how we for move with by 2030, we go show say for instance Salone don't improve in terms of the health sector, the health of picking them. Like from this child mortality rate where they discuss so we need for continue for do this over time. Where I say this now like baseline because it's like the first survey after the introduction of sustainable development goals for provide information on the goals and indicators where and targets where we need for CC as at the start of this SDG business. This is not the situation of Salone. So how will it move with time? We do other surveys like currently we actually now train people then for another survey we call the demographic and health survey. So when the results of that survey come out, INSEF will provide statistics again on these indicators as at 2019. So within a timely manner, within specific time intervals, we conduct then survey where they give you a snapshot of society of Sierra Leone at that moment in time, and we see say whether we improve or whether we not improve in relation to some of them targets and indicators.
Okay.
So this is our role as a statistical office.
Okay, continue for day with we inside the studio. Buwake Jabi from statistics. Now nothing follow go for a short break.
Better don't come. Now Union Trust Bank again. Union Salone Banco. Union Trust Bank get plenty product and service there for you. You must get what you want to go better. Let me savings account, ide. Current account, ide. Fixed deposit account, ide. Credit facility, ide. All for you. Me and you. Union Trust Bank, that's a loan for me and you. Kids future savings account, ide. School fee savings account, ide. Pay advance salary scheme, ide. We branch and they all up but not alone. Boko no kenema, we de. Kabala mabogo kakambia, we de. Jala free town loan sa, we de. And my lengthy one, me and you. Union Trust Bank, me and you. Union Trust Bank, Union Trust Bank, that's a loan for me and you. Union Salone Banco, Union Trust Banco.
Union Trust Bank, empowering Sierra Leonean businesses.
We continue with the program Good Morning Salone, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. We still get Robert Konde Makabo, one Pandi Commissioner them na NATCOM, where they talk about the ECOWAS roaming regulation where member states them don't adopt. We mean say ECOWAS member states them for begin use one mobile network on roaming. Mr. Kabo, we look at this date we wanna say by June 30 on a want for implement this particular regulation for Salon level, and now na they engage with mobile operator them. During on engagement them, what are some of the issues them, what do they come out from the mobile network operator them?
First of all, like I said, we start at a regional level where we talk about the Guinea and Liberia. At this, we all agree, and at any time we get other from our meeting and they come back in the salon, and then we get an agreed concept how we take the regulation in place. Like Michael, like I say, we don't start the continuous engagement. Like I say, it's about continuous engagement to them. Ensure that because we're not for left out as a country because we don't do part of the ECOWAS treaty. So whatever things would reflect at that global at that ECOWAS level, I think we also need to be part of that. That I make we first be aggressive first, the first 30-minute call for be 300-minute call for be treated as local call. And then that all stand like I said, then just get for there because we are there as a regulators for let we able to transform the sector. Like I said, over the years, we don't see the problem we be there within the telecom industry. Even like from we go seven and that we know what is the problem within the sector. So I think we as a current administration, we pose for change that narrative that make and we see a lot of transformation on take place within the commissions. And as well as we no say at the end of the day, then get for just comply because that our mandate. We create the enable environment for the operators let them back see the need and see how we can raise that. Because all about thing is about a commitment. So we don't make commitment and the level of passion where the ministry get and with the current administration for ensure say how we as a country will be part of that treaty. And we don't have family commitment when we meet in Abuja, we don't ensure say we come back. Because to be honest, on the 15th April, we for don't ensure say we for don't wrap up with resealing, and by the 30th June we for harmonize them. we for reflect at ECOWAS level.
Okay, looking at the mobile company and we for complying, we know it's a law then for comply, but again, then self go tell us say they get things then for put in place. They not go just come no more and say for big use all ECOWAS region for big use one network. Una things on don't get enough time for let we not say at the end of the day then begin get excuse say time not be they let them put in system network in place and all that in them.
Well, basically, like I say, this session we don't start in 2017, but the political will was not there. So
they
now,
be aware.
Of course, they're aware. Now you define out say the narrative don't change. Then they're willing. Understand? They're willing because it's not going for say go affect them per se. Because now some two guys at umbrella level. If you go to Ghana, other countries they're so desperate over this situation. So like we then show say out for domesticate them. That is why last week the management team don't go Guinea. Don't sit down with the Guinea counterparts and Liberia. We all agree. They come back now Salone. We all can get a concrete agreement. After which the 15th will do submission of the ceiling. Because other countries that don't do their own submission of their own ceiling, we need also the part of the also need for submit to ceiling. And by the 30th June, we for that harmonizer.
This ceiling where una dey submit. Waiting there inside this particular ceiling. Now the rates where them get
for use, we for agree on. But when we go to at that ECOWAS level, we for need harmonizer, we for reflect at one. Now that make based on the meeting, we agree that the first 30 minutes is local call.
So
above
we
that,
don't reach at this ceiling now.
Well, we're done the process now. We're done the process. Like I say, we are making progress. Like I say, we are making progress. That is why we get a team. The president gets a committed team we put together, and I think we're ready for changing narrative, especially so where we all are aware what's the problem within that. That is the discussion point within the at that tariff level. We're going for the model of effective cooperation within member states, the implementation of the timeline, monitoring of the implementation, all this encompass when I want to get to put. At the end of the day, we unfortunately say we get an effective means of communication, and that will boost the economy. That is why we don't start the platform. It's about level of awareness, so let people understand what is the dynamics. So that is why we do the continuous engagement. As a board, we ensure say we get a pivotal role for play, and how we for come together and see how we for change the narrative.
Looking at the ceiling, the way you say on the try for put together or don't do, do this in consent with the mobile company, yeah, because then they give the service out, and then at the end of the day, we'll get waiting they're supposed to benefit from it.
Well, first of all, we the cost what I follow we get at the meeting level, all the discuss. Now discussion point, we just on this we agree. Now we only agree on the ceiling. After we do this submission, we look at the other ceiling, what the other ECOWAS region they don't put in place, and see how we back for come together. Mark you, out of 15 ECOWAS sub-region countries, now only 6 countries not be able to do that submission at the ECOWAS level. We got to talk about Benin, Ghana, Guinea-Bissau, Nigeria, Senegal, and Sierra Leone. The rest of the other ECOWAS sub-region countries, then we don't do the own ceiling. So like we don't make a commitment, and this government don't make commitment, and then we definitely go change the narrative and show see how we forget a one network. We go better the life of the people of this country. If you travel, go to Ghana, you get you Orange, you go there, you forget roaming. When they do the first 30 minutes call, then it will take us a local call. After which the host country will charge a simple rate of that call. So I think we are making progress. If we get there as a country, the communication is very, very important. Without communication, nothing. That make we as a commission ensure say not only at ECOWAS level, we also look at local. That is why we live now in the 21st century where even communication is a challenge. Right. It's a very challenging thing. So that is why we committed, and we definitely want for ensure saying the government is committed. At the end of the day, the president get mandate for ensure saying I for deliver to the people of this country. That is why communication is part of a team. Right. That make efficient. The president's one for ensure so we get a synergy within the sector. Talk about the SALCAP, the Ministry of Information, and the NATCOM. But we are getting there. We are making progress so far.
All right. Continue for the with me the program. Robert Kondema Kabo. I'll come back to you, Mr. Jabi from Statistics Salone. The Salone health issue now one way gets some challenges, especially with women them we can go born picking na hospital. Most them don't they everybody challenges them and how Salone no don't be too safe for let woman born picking. Now this survey cover different area them we get for those woman man they and picking them. In terms of the area for let Salone born picking safe and the picking lead. Waiting at the statistics we wanna be able for discover.
Okay, so make I go to reproductive health. and maternal health. Okay, so in relation to women them women and them picking business, we get several statistics, and we can one of them now where the woman and the access healthcare. Okay, so for instance, postnatal care visits for newborns within 1 week of birth, and if we look at the number of the percentage of women that we actually the access neonatal care, post-neonatal care within 1 week after them born picking them, this is a very low figure. You understand? So we get about 20 or 74% of women them we actually the access we not get difficulty at all for access post-neonatal care. Way of them women they will be born, if only about 74% out of that is 74 out of every 100 of them the access waiting the happen to the balance 26% we not the access. So these are some of the issues where we get is actually the attitude of people them. A lot of the health issues where we get now getting the people for participate in the facilities we available to them. We've been on the talk about free healthcare. No, so that means say all the women them after we, for instance, they don't born them picking them within the first 1 week of birth. All of them for actually they go for postnatal care, postnatal checkups within 1 week of birth, but not to them all they go. Only 74 out of every 100 they go. So when complications they arise, a lot of these complications now because either the woman they don't know say them for go or they just decide not for go.
But again, some can say the facility they not can at the health center them.
The facilities are within the health centers. If you actually go to the health center with free health care for women in this category, you go able to access the health care. But if you do not go and then something happens to you, say the mother dies and she hadn't been going for postnatal checkups, then who do we blame? So it's also a question of attitude.
So who's the fault there or who's the problem there? We want to do this.
Well, why we provide and figure them to the health policy makers now for me they able act on some of them statistics that we will get, for help sensitize the public, for make the people that know say yes, if you do not go for postnatal care in this particular case where we discuss, just after where you don't born picking, then if any issue arises because of you not attending the clinic, going for postnatal checkups, it no go good for you, it also no go good for the picking. So we need to sensitize them more and more on some of the issue there continually.
All right, continue for day with we in the program. Sonia Magwa Bubakejabi, Head of Research and Innovation na Statistics Salone, as we continue for talk on the issues them na the multiple cluster survey.
The program Good Morning Salone they continue, and now we look at another issue inside the program. The National Electoral Commission (NEC) na the body we get a mandate for conduct all public election, and the commission will conduct 2 by-election them now 257 Koya Chiefdom Potloko District April 20 this year, and 204 Constituency 061 na Mambolo Chiefdom inside Cambia District June 22 this year. But according to the Director of Media and External Relations, the National Electoral Commission (NEC), Albert Masakoi say, for all way APC and NGC not take part from the by-election when they go organize, he say they go still continue with the election. Albert Masakoi explain more but then 2 local by-election to Rio Elizabeth Campbell inside this interview.
Get 2 council by-elections. One award 257 Potloko district. Then there is another way the commission just don't declare when award 204 winner Cambia district na Mambolo chiefdom. But if we look at the Potlokoyo, when a Koya chiefdom, when our 257, the commission we don't do all regarding the nominations. Now 5 political parties they participate, and this Saturday, now the commission they conduct the elections, the by-elections.
Saturday, which date?
Saturday, we na the 20th of April 2019.
So much political party them contest for this particular.
Now 5 political parties. You get PDP Sobe, RENIP, you get UP, you get SLPP, and RUFP. Now then 5 political parties, then they submit names and we successfully go through the nomination process where we don't conduct some time back. The commission don't recruit staff, we train the staff them in preparation for Saturday the 20th of April 2019 for conduct the one Akoya chiefdom when at the ward 257 at Potloko district.
When we talk about the 2 main opposition parties, when at the APC and the NGC, we not see the name come up na this particular by-election we get for take place na Potloko.
Usually when we get vacancies for the filling of vacant seats by-elections, whether it is parliamentary or local council, after we don't declare, the commission the right to all 17 political parties. Officially, they left with the political parties for participate. Now you don't mention 2 political parties. We as a commission they look at main or not. We have political parties, and from since we don't conduct elections.
No, I mean me say main because everybody knows say this and they talk about elections and then political party. Then for they expect them for be part of this process.
Well, the conduct of elections or the participation a matter of choice on the part of the political parties. And these by-elections now 257 Potloko probably for be the one we will get the highest number of political parties. When 5 they take part. In other elections, now 2 or 3 they take part. No matter of whether you choose for or you not participate, but we know they go beyond for us. Why?
Give we updates about this election we get for take place now or 204 na Cambia district.
Whenever vacancies can occur, the chief administrator na the various councils they officially write to NEC for inform NEC about them vacancies. In this case, as you rightly mentioned, the chief administrator of the Cambia District Council in a letter we dated the 29th of March 2019 writes to NEC. He informed NEC about the long absence of a particular councillor when Amara Ture from sittings without any reason given to the chairman of the Cambia District Council, according to the letter we write. And it quotes a particular section, when a section 9(1)(d) of the 2004 Local Government Act, where they talk about sittings and appearance and absence of period for participating in elections. But because we don't get this letter, we look at the reasons behind why he attend, attend or whatnot. The commission don't declare also when on Saturday the 22nd of June 2019 for make we conduct another by-elections. This one we just don't declare them.
So what of this by-election will get for take place now Potloko? I'm waiting to the council day.
The case of the Potloko winner the ward 257 na Koya chiefdom, unfortunately, as a result of death. So of the 2, 1 na death, then the other na absence from serving as a councillor.
Albert, issues them of malpractice during elections them don't they come up, so how ensured NEC go there for address the issues then they so that they not go come up again. Because the last one they talk about different ballot paper, they talk about 2018 and 19. Ballot stuffing, overvoting. How ensured the commission there for make sure they wanna get the right ballot and the exact number of the one that they will get for go vote.
We don't learn a lot of lessons from Ward 196, Tonkolimba by-election experience. It been get history where we get 2018 ballot and 2019 ballots. Because of now elections where we been conduct first in 2018, violence been come, now we are in 2019 where we conduct them. But a lot of lessons have been learned from that. And I assure the public that for this by-election we will get this recent one we now the 20th of April, we don't get any 2 sets of ballot. Because in the first place, we don't get anything when have been violence where we don't occur, we run the elections. Now one straightforward elections. And we don't ensure say we recruit, not only recruit, do thorough training of the staff them, and we ensure we improve on monitoring of the electoral process. Well, we look at the type of staff we recruit, the type of training, and not only that, the monitoring capability of the NEC for make we ensure say even some of them staff them day. Now we staff them, but you employ somebody for 2-3 days, whatever intention they come with. But we ensure now say from lessons learned, even if we don't recruit you for can work for we as presiding officer for 2-3 days, we will ensure say not only give you the proper training, but we monitor for make you do the work we for do according to the law. We don't want to always go conduct elections. We staff them to police, make police go and look at the matter. But we said they look and say, let's have the best staff if possible and give them the best form of training. And we self monitor so that they will do better work. I want to assure the public, say, we don't learn from our lessons, and moving forward, we ensure, say, the by-elections we get for CAM will go improve.
The reason there for them to political parties, so we make no one take part from this by-election.
Well, I may not want to give reasons for them, but we always engage them. I go only say in a matter of choice on the part of political parties. We always can send letters to them. We always inform them officially, and our doors are always open.
Well, that's the Director of Media and External Relations and National Electoral Commission, NEC, Albert Massakoy. We did talk to Elizabeth Campbell inside that interview day, but election them by election them we get for take places here na two chiefdom them. But say APC and NGC not agree for take part, but say with that still then we'll continue with the election. The program na Good Morning Salone, and now inside the program we go for a quick break.
They causing confusion.
But this confuse me, boo. Look where Uncle Nat in Wall Solid. Look in block them with them beat for them, where they save solid, and at the same amount of cement and sand then they use for beat me on. But look what in the happen. Me wall down for them, all the block they all don't scatter. It like say some kind magic they behind this. You want to know the magic behind this? Now the superior quality, extra strong, extra life and extra yield cement where are the use, and that's not Dangote 3x Portland limestone cement. Dangote cement na the highest grade cement in the country, when a 42.5 R grade cement, when no one day come na this country, and one of the highest grade pan cement where you go get na the wall. Where you want your concrete, wall and block solid, use Dangote 42.5 R cement, you no go regret them. You go get Dangote 42.5 R cement na all the shop and building material store na the one whole country.
The program Good Morning Salone they continue, and now we dey go for a music way quickly.
Yeah, man. Don't forget, this one a Silla man and Cage man. Whoa, now. This one a salon today, not a salon yesterday. People like me could check out to East, people like me check all the today, not a salon yesterday. No, if not like that, we check out to history. Salon today, not a salon yesterday. No, if not like that, we check all the history. Salon today, not a salon yesterday. No, if not like that, we check out the history. Salon today, not a salon yesterday. If not like, let me check all the history. Salon we know, no fussing and fighting. We know, no burning and looting. But now I see so much destruction. Can't find no solution. Hey, hey, what a wicked intention in a this Jaja creation. Some of them a coma, some of them a coma, some of them a coma with them wicked actor. Some of them a coma, some of them a coma, some of them a coma. We have to tell them the factor. Look, man, nowadays them a cause no promotion, and when we check it out, we need a solution. Solution to them a wicked intention, and we need it just a love intention. Loving.
Alright, that's a song title Salon today, where Silas do for we na the program Good Morning Salone. Well, quickly, we dey look at on our messages them way on don't send na the program. The first one I go read, they say, Mr. Cargo, does this mean that if I make a call to Liberia, I will be billed as a local call for the first 30 minutes, or is this arrangement just for roaming?
This other one is say we need accurate data to assist in achieving the SDGs. Hope the survey was conducted across the country.
More messages don't come na the program this morning. This one they say, Mr. Kagbo, waiting at the penalty they wanna put in place for the mobile network them. We go on for flout the laws.
Another message here they say on they talk about roaming where the operator them they cheat the people where they give the service to.
All right, on the story of the by-election where we air, this one they say, in those two by-election at those various wards belong to SLPP candidates, we don't want those parties to go and cause violence in the election.
This other message is say, Mr. Commissioner, why can't we have a general unit cost for all networks?
More messages we don't come na the program this morning. This one they come out from Zizi Zaramans on Facebook. He say it's really not necessary for the two main opposition parties to participate in the upcoming by-election, because they do believe that the same thing will happen like the past Tonkolimba by-election, which is too bad for our peace and democracy. How are we going to be very stable investment?
The last one we are going, they say good idea to have one connected network tariff within ECOWAS countries. What can we do about cost network tariff calls?
From Jeban on Facebook, they say the issue of high mortality, maternal mortality rate in Sierra Leone is not just about access to health care, it is also about the quality of care provided. We still have high mortality rate among the people who go to the hospitals, so we really need to go back to the nursing schools and medical schools to work on the foundation, then build and equip more health facilities. More messages where I go read from Emmanuel T. Mara. They say this survey has been going on yearly. What have been the response from past and present government so far, or is it a shelf document? More messages we don't come na the program this morning. This one they say Sierra Leone is very expensive when it comes to information, communication and technology. This is unacceptable for underdeveloped states where people living for not less than $1 per person. Well, from their messages then they will come now to studio guest them for let them go respond. We'll start with you, Mr. Kabo.
Okay, thank you very much. First, I want to thank the texters the way they say they send a message. And I think I do appreciate the fact that they don't look at the role with the commission they play. And I believe, see, we as a commissions and the current administration, we're ready for change the narrative. And then, like you, the other texter makes mention of the call. If you use the same operator number, like for instance, they use this one operator number. If you go to Liberia, the same operator number, it's the same call. The first 30 minutes they treat it as a local call, but after that, the host operator in that country they get your normal rate, a small rate you go charge for that, but it has to be very big universal. That for them. Also talk about the penalties. Like I say, we all know what was the problem within the telecom industries. We as a commission, we take good time and see how we're able to address some of those pitfalls indeed. That is why the president put a trusted team together, where I think so we work assiduously in conjunction with the Ministry of Information and how we will set up a regulations way for address of them problems. Over the years since the establishment of NATCOM 2006, amendment 2009, only NATCOM will operate on one regulations. We talk about SIM card regulations where I think it sounds ridiculous. So we as a commission, the current administration is to say no, we really need to step up and see how to make more regulation. Because if you go to other countries like Nigeria, how much regulation they get, Ghana, how much regulation they get, Kenya, how much regulation they get, but why Sierra Leone one? So now one of the key action points where I think say as a commission looker, we're very key, and also the ministry is very so passionate about this thing. We're going to do the interconnection rate. We recently we don't see now the operators among themselves they don't agree for just let them look at 7 cents. Wherein the 5 cents they go to the operator, the 2 cents they come to government. Even though as that initially it was 13 cents US dollar with the charge for interconnection rate from one call to another. So now don't go to 7 where the 5 they go to the operator and the 2. But that notwithstanding, we as a commissions, as a government, we want for instance, so we reduce them drastically by the end of this year. Because one for instance, let people enjoy communication. One for instance, they let communication there at the doorstep for every deprived communities there. Not of us say if we take class for enjoy communication. No, if you go to village them, people they go up stick and stone for go find communication. Why? Can you imagine? So when you go to other countries, it go shame all communication there. So I had to make this administration say no to this. we get the willingness for ensure say we change the narrative. The board done the car, they put on more regulation there in conjunction with the management team and see how we for address some of those pitfalls within the telecom industries. And I believe so once the interconnection rates, people they cost from other color, I think we are making headway, and I think communication will very be accessible to we all. So I believe say come what be, by the end of the year, we they drastically reduce them because already don't go to 7. Initially, it was 13 cents. We they charge among themselves. So now we then don't go to 7. Where the 5 they go to the operators. You get the 2. We go for go to 2 cents. We talk about the both interconnection rate, go for termination rate. The Huawei cost call. You get your normal rate with the charge, and why they go to termination rate.
For reduced then tariff you are now 1, Mr. Kabo. But again, for ensure say mobile operator them, we wanna go for the work with. Go they bill the people as per waiting at the different tariff them when not come down get them go be a great challenge. Waiting at the monitoring mechanism when not come down.
For like I say, as a commission, we get we own mandate. 1, for we promote fair competition among the telecom operators. 2, we protect the telecom operator as well as the consumer for unfair treatment. But also, we also the gun license. What do we do as a commission now? Like I say, we get the president put a trusted team, and we are for sure say the issues of telecom industry, the problem we be done the day, we all aware. We can follow change the narrative, and it's a matter of must for them as a operator to abide to waiting the commission they tell them for. Of course, we first of all, like I said, the NATCOM we use for no is not any longer the NATCOM because we actually don't change the narrative. We don't bother with scope in terms of our mandate, in terms of expansion of the programs, and I think say come what may this interconnection rate we're not part of because it's not a part of the regulations, so they can't put as a regulation now. Like I say, now only one regulation we will operate when a SIM card regulation.
So now they get added regulation now as Salone they can begin get a one network with other ECOWAS states them.
Yeah, of course, they can't get regulation because the reason I already see some of them problem there. Now, as a result of why we get one regulation, we are in like a SIM card regulation. If you go buy the SIM card, you not register, we know the fine what they give for that. But now, once we account for this connection rate, which is a matter of most, like I say, it is the heartbeat of the president. Especially so, the president for sure say, let people get affordable communication there. And this rate, people let the card, you and cry with the other. Everybody's aware what you and cry for the public there. About we possibly call, drop call, all and day. We as a commission, we now a working commission. Now, we ensure say we change the perspective of people look and say, so NATCOM this and NATCOM now. The NATCOM you know we not ready for change that day, and it's a matter of more than comply. And just say we all don't put a strategic team. Like I say, we get a lacuna. We are in terms of the operational framework of the commission. Now we don't get an added operational wing. We ensure so they set up the structures. They how for ensure they monitor the operators there. One we agree on this price, on this rate, we therefore charge the consumer there, therefore adhere to that. And I believe say they're going to adhere to that because that's by the fact because they mind you, then they make profit within the telecom industry. And despite that, they also get the responsibility again how therefore should therefore provide the service what the consumer wants and just say the quality service where is very key. We are the heartbeat of the consumer there. We know that we as a commission this is very key and we get an obligation. And I think, see, we are making a progress.
Looking at the regulation, in terms of the telecommunication, they give service to the public. Yeah. So, now, therefore, take into consideration about not having a rigid regulation, we will make the later complaint, and the service where they give to the people and begin be a challenge, all in the name of, say, NATCOM add regulation, and now regulation they were so tight for them. Or now also don't think about that?
Well, the consumer is very key. Right? Where somebody they pay for a service, you get forget a service they pay for. This, if you go to other countries, there you just see the interconnection. It's very normal. So the same to one for applier. The only thing we will make for DOA, that's exactly what we put the regulation in place. Because over there, we say you our regulation there. But like I say, we're ready for post the narrative, change the narrative. It's just so we add more regulations there. We that cry already public, hey, communication, that they can be a thing of the past. Okay. Because that's now mission. And for sure, say we're able to implement some of those things.
All right, continue for the return of the program. Robert Konde Makawo, they come to you, Mr. Abubakar Jabi from Statistics Salone. Somebody they send a message. They talk about the mortality rate and some of the issues and what they cause them, according to now lack of equipment now the health centers.
Okay, so statistics they provide the information there on especially the mortality for sure say at least we don't improve from the situation from 15 years prior to the survey until at the time of the survey. The reasons behind the high rate of mortality, we know say yes, good healthcare able for provide people with longer lives. We expect that to be the situation. But we also know say the quality of healthcare provided by the Ministry of Health, for instance, in Sierra Leone, that is their responsibility. And we've been getting this policy of free healthcare from some time back for children under 5 and mothers, mothers during the pregnancy and after giving birth to the children. Although, if we remember, during the Ebola period, a lot of inadequacies within the healthcare system being come to light, where government don't try for adhere to this. But by providing the statistics, which is our mandate, and informing the decision makers on the situation of the country in relation to health, in this case, as then talk about in relation to mortality, that's Naina we own role.
Somebody again, they say they reports there don't they come out year in year out, but then can just become documents for the shelf.
No, that is not true. When, like, what would they do so now? They should say this document is not just on the shelf.
So how the previous one they don't make impact? Who's change? How don't make sure say on not just make a pack full of book of survey report at the end of the day on not do the thing they were supposed to do. The previous one they don't be any impactable something?
Yes. For instance, like the mortality rates then under 5 mortality rates then we don't show. We from the past it's been very high. We always know say the mortality rates, even maternal mortality ratio, na Salone very high. But it can down. By providing these statistics, discussing these statistics, the Ministry of Health and other health partners in Salone, they know who them for make interventions and how them for make the interventions there. You can imagine without this information we will provide, then people then just go to guess. They don't even know what's happen at the country. So we can always engage government, development partners, civil society, the NGOs, everybody with vested interest in the information we provide. We can discuss with them and then can plan from then the information that we provide. For instance, the medium-term development plan, where governments don't do quite recently, a lot of information that went towards developing that plan came from this survey. Okay. So government always uses this for planning.
Okay, Bubake Japi, continue for the week. I'm not the studio. We quickly go for walkabout.
Another morning at a Tuesday, man, at a Tuesday, at a at an apart 9 days, you want me attend on the walkabout at the 2. It's what you do now. It's how the government ministry them. It's a talk about dirty motoka. It's about don't the government ministry. It's a government department agency. It's about dirty no motor, not only dirty but on broko. Nothing. Ate will talk boko. Ate get 1 minute back. 1 minute back government ministry an agency. Ate the one then since we are no Mr. Banks and I mean wakabo 10 hours. 1 kittle paint minosi, 1 boss no pass man. Ade minister when you watch me go do Marco do the boss me. You look pink, you take black pieces to put up by motoka in number plate of no see. I said now I no mind I to pack actually go do right and snap you. I can talk as evidence. Love the continue no more. I say, you must do for you. So I must get training. Me, not journalism work about.
We continue with the program Good Morning Salone, and we still get Sonia Magba Abubakar Jabi at the studio, Head of Research and Innovation at Statistics Salone. We don't talk about the issues them we come out and the multiple cluster survey where Statistics Salone be do. Mr. Jabi, we try to wrap up the program now. Inside 2018, the Vice President will launch this report now, though, and on be do a regional tour, so on a launch now some other districts them. Government don't launch the National Development Plan where then they work with. Some of the issues them will come out from this report where on do. Government be able to match the issues there so now the National Development Plan where then they work with?
Yes. So the idea of, we get what we call evidence-based decision making. Okay? So the core principle behind that is waiting with the producer, we call it official statistics. And one of the main functions of official statistics now to provide the information to the central government for planning. So, and not only the central government, but also our development partners. So the information that we provide, not only in the mixed surveys, but other surveys we do, they guide the government on how to plan for Sierra Leone. And then they use the evidence we will provide, the information we will provide for guide the country within every few years. For instance, this medium-term development plan is for the next few years. And the information, we could wonder why government decide to choose free quality education as a flagship policy. Because some of the information provided from this survey indicates that there will be a human resource crisis if we not focus on the education of picking them. For instance, like this survey, when we talk about early childhood development, as part of this survey, for the picking them way they between 7 and 14 years, we've been conduct some literacy tests and numeracy tests. And we find out, say, them picking them will read a short story, a simple story, and we find out, say, of them picking them between 7 and 14 years, out of every 100, only 39% were able to read 90% of the words inside that story correctly. Okay? And we ask them 3 basic questions then for test and comprehension, whether they understand this story. So out of every 100 of them picking them, 7 to 14 years, we will test, only 21 able to answer then question them correctly. We also test the understanding, what we call inferential comprehension. We ask 2 questions in that kind of category, where they test whether they can infer, whether they can able translate within the hearing from the story for interpret them in another kind of way. We find out, say, out of every 100 of them picking at 7 to 14 years, only 20 able to do them correctly. Of them same picking there, we also test what we call number reading, if they can able read numbers correctly or basic, simple mathematical problems correctly. Out of every 100 of them same picking there, only 34 able to do that correctly. Out of every 100, only 23 able to do simple addition. No. So we see, say, and of course these tests were done in English, okay? We see, say, problem there. The government see, say, there's a problem with the way we have been educating our children in the past. And intervention need for be made, critical intervention need for be made. Right. You can only take them decision and day where you get the statistics for backup, say, yes, we need to move in this direction based on this. You understand? So this is how what we provide feeds into our various development plans.
All right, thank you very much. Sonia Magba Abubakar Jabi, Head of Research and Innovation and Statistics Salone. We join me in the program this morning, can talk on the issues that will come out now, the multiple cluster survey where Statistics Salone do this BNTM. Well, quickly we can to Robert Condem Akabo, one of the commissioner them, and that's come with a talk on the ECOWAS roaming regulation, where salon safe they can be part of the ECOWAS member states them for adopt this particular regulation. Mr. Akabo, by June 30, salon people if they travel go na other ECOWAS member states, then go begin for enjoy the facility of the tariff them, waiting at the ceiling, owner they work with mobile network operator them.
Well, on the 30th, we do the final adoption plan, would agree. Wherein the Minister of Information, they get the news, then get the ICT ministerial level, where they all go agree on the agree pricing. Because of the specification dated the 15th of this month, we for do the submission. The 30th, they for the adoption plan, we'd all for adopt them. So after we adopt them now, we can for domesticate at different countries.
Looking at the mobile network when don't they engage, how they don't take this new initiative? Also, we can see all ECOWAS states and they begin use one network. Now something where they welcome, though they just have to comply.
Sure, it's a matter of must for them to comply. Just like I say, it's about continuous engagement, despite the fact that them back they come for do investment, in the sector. I think they also get for look at their own responsibility as well. So we as a commission, I think, like I say, we very get key role as a regulators. How for promote an environment, we go able to fit the market, right? And shall see also how we for control interconnection prices, and also because when you look at from the economic perspective, the ultimate goal of the regulation now for ensure increase social welfare. We can even improve the life of the consumer. So we as a commissioner, we always continue the engagement with the operators. We all get for a round table and we do sensitization so that we bring the awareness so that people know say if I go to this country X, Y, Z, that this benefit I will get. I believe say the ECOWAS One Network we're able to improve the lives of the people of this country at the ECOWAS level, also able for boost the economy as well.
All right, thank you very much, Robert Konema Kabo from NATCOM. In one of the commissioner them at NATCOM, there this morning they talk about how Salon go benefit from the ECOWAS One Network roaming way ECOWAS member states them do adopt. And for Salon by June 30, governments go pull word nado for let mobile network operator them begin bill their customer them on the various tariff they within at the ceiling. Well, now then the program Good Morning Salone. Now Michael Sambola and Alex Lawrence Koroma produce the program. DJ Lavagi technical support, Moses Kavora and team. Now they make on see we live now Facebook broadcast. So till we meet back, Mina Khadija Bangwa, they say have a nice day.
And Mina Sabti Kalon, they say tata.
Radio Democracy 98.1 FM, more of that, Sabine Salone